Welcome to The Explainer. That big question is already starting to creep in. When that clock finally strikes midnight on New Year's Eve, where are you going to be? Today, we're going to break down the two main ways people tackle this one night of the year. So here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll tackle that core dilemma. Then we're diving deep into what an ultimate night out really looks like, and we'll contrast that with the perfect night in. Then we gotta talk about the one wildcard factor that could change everything. And finally, what happens when all the confetti's been swept away? All right, so every single year, the whole season really kicks off with this one huge choice. Do you go big or do you stay home? I mean, this one question basically splits the world in two, doesn't it? You've got the people who are all about a huge, planned-out spectacle, and then you've got those who find all their joy in the quiet comfort of their own four walls.
Okay, so let's dig into that first option, going big. And to really get a feel for what an ultimate night out is all about, we're going to head over to Turkey's capital, Ankara. We're going to check out how they throw their absolutely massive Yılbaşı, that's New Year's Eve, galas.
And when we say go big, we really mean it. These are not just your average parties. They are full-on productions. The second you walk through the door, everything is designed to just take your breath away. We're talking gold and white everything, sparkling crystal chandeliers, and of course, you've got professional hosts and dedicated photo booths to make sure you capture that perfect memory. Now, this is what I find so interesting. Look at this schedule. Every single moment of the night is programmed. There is absolutely no guesswork. The whole evening is perfectly paced out. Doors open at 7, then dinner, then the live music kicks in, leading up to that big countdown. They've even got the late night stuff planned, like traditional hot soup and sucuk ekmek, which is this amazing grilled sausage sandwich. They've thought of everything. Oh, and the food? It's a total showstopper. We're talking 10-course menus. You've got these incredible main courses like a slow-cooked beef entrecote or that traditional chestnut stuffed turkey. They even have palate cleansers like champagne sorbet between courses. And the best part for many? Limitsiz yearly içki. That means unlimited local drinks all night long. Yeah, this really gives you a sense of the sensory overload in the best way possible. The night just builds and builds. You'll start with a sophisticated live orchestra, but then that energy shifts. Suddenly there's a high-energy darbuka rüzgarı, a drum show. Then you might see traditional oriental dancers. And just when you think it's over, a DJ takes the stage to keep the party going till the sun comes up. Okay, so you're seeing all of this grown-up extravagance, and you're probably thinking, but what about the kids? Well, a lot of these huge galas have a pretty amazing answer for that. They throw a totally separate parallel party just for them. And this is the thing, it is not just a babysitting room. It's a full-on çocuk balos, a kids' ball. They get their own ballroom, completely supervised with their own entertainment. We're talking clowns, magicians, face painting. They even have their own kid-friendly menu with hamburgers and pizza. And the planning goes all the way down to security. They use personalized wristbands to make sure every child goes home safely with their own parent. It's pretty incredible. Now, as you can imagine, a night planned down to the last detail doesn't come cheap. While a ticket to just one of these galas in Ankara can be pricey, if you go for a full luxury package, say a 2-day New Year's trip to Cappadocia that includes one of these big events, you could be looking at around 11,490 Turkish lira. That's over $300 per person. Okay, so that's one way to do it. But what's the alternative to all that choreographed perfection? Well, let's flip the script and look at the other side of the coin, which for a lot of people is way more appealing. Crafting that perfect night in. And you see the difference right away with the food. You're swapping that professionally crafted 10-course meal for the warmth of something you made yourself. The star of the show might be a fur in the hindi, a beautiful roast turkey, maybe with a side of rich chestnut rice pilaf. See, the focus isn't on spectacle anymore. It's all about that shared experience of a home-cooked meal. And the entertainment totally changes too. You go from being a spectator to being a participant. Instead of watching professional performers, you're playing classic games like Sissiz Sinema, which is basically charades, and this is where the magic happens, right? It doesn't cost a thing, there's no setup, and it creates this amazing energy that's all about inside jokes and laughing till your sides hurt. But a perfect night in doesn't mean you have to make your own fun. For millions of people, the real tradition is much simpler. Everybody piles onto the couch with bowls of snacks and tunes in for the big Yılbaşı Özel, the New Year's special of a super popular comedy show like Gulder Gilder Show. It's this huge shared national moment, but from the comfort of your own living room.
Okay, so whether you've got your gala ticket bought and your suit pressed, or you're planning the coziest night in ever, there is one uninvited guest that can throw a wrench in everything, a total wild card for any New Year's plan: the weather.
And for New Year's 2026, the forecast is looking, well, dramatic. A huge cold wave is expected to roll right across Turkey. So in Ankara, where all those fancy galas are happening, they're looking at snow and a truly bone-chilling minus 11 degrees Celsius. And if you go further east to a city like Ardahan, the temperatures are predicted to drop to an insane minus 19 Celsius.
Right, and this isn't just a wear an extra layer kind of situation. There are official warnings going out telling people to be careful because of ice, frost, and fog. All of a sudden, just the simple act of getting to and from a party becomes a huge deal. And that quiet night at home, it starts looking a whole lot more appealing, and frankly, a whole lot safer.
So, the countdown happens, the last toast is made, the party ends. And then what? The celebration gives way to the very first day of the new year. And for millions of people, that means it's time for a fresh start.
Yeah, after all that holiday indulgence, and it doesn't matter if it was a 10-course gala dinner or a home-cooked feast, a ton of people turn to this modern ritual of renewal: veganuary. It's this global movement where you pledge to go vegan for the entire month of January, kind of as a way to reset your body and maybe try a new way of eating.
And you know, the secret to actually sticking with something like this is making sure you don't feel like you're missing out. So the focus isn't on what you can't eat, but on making familiar, comforting dishes with plant-based ingredients. I mean, think about a rich, hearty lentil ragu or a creamy tofu katsu curry. The whole idea is to find new things you love, not just count the days till it's over. So here we are. The clock is ticking down to 2026, and that big choice is still there. Is it going to be a perfectly planned spectacle or a cozy personal creation? At the end of the day, there's no right or wrong answer. The only question that really matters is this: what kind of memory do you want to create for page 1 of your new year?